Hello, everyone. My name is Kamsi. I'm hot, handsome, and congratulations to me because I am the latest graduate who is having all my needs sponsored by my supposed sister. But what I'm about to reveal to you now will shock you. So stay tuned and listen carefully to the story I'm about to share with you. On this particular beautiful day, I went to my sister Matilda's apartment without her knowledge. When I got there, she wasn't around, so I waited for her to return. While I was sitting on the couch, she walked in with a strange guy. They were making out when she noticed I was there. She quickly stopped and asked the guy to leave. Then she told me that she made a mistake by giving me her key. But what would I be doing in her house unannounced if only she had picked up her call? Anyway, I told her, since you don't remember that I'm done with my youth service, I came to let you know and also to let you know that I need a job. That's why I'm here. She was still so upset with me for coming into her apartment without her permission. She has to be because she's got skeletons in her closet, her careless lifestyle and all of that. That's why she isn't cool with me coming to her house unannounced. That same day, I was outside washing Matilda's car when a lady drove into the compound. As she got out of her car, I greeted her. The way she responded showed clearly that she likes me, but I just ignored all of that as she went inside. Later, after I was done, I came in as Matilda asked if I had packed my luggage so she could drop me off where I could catch transportation to our village. I already knew she wouldn't allow me to stay one more day, so I wouldn't spoil her plans. So I replied, "Yes, I'll get ready to leave soon," and went into my room. How can someone continuously live a life they aren't proud of? It is well. The following day, I got ready to go back to the village. My sister Matilda drove me in her car to a junction. When we got there, she told me to find my way from there since she had already given me everything I needed. Money. Everything. I didn't like it at all, but I didn't because I was really hoping to spend time with my lovely sister. Instead, she just kept pushing me away. I got out of the car without uttering a word. A few minutes later, while waiting for my bus to arrive, Matilda's friend Olivia stopped by with her car. She told me to get in, but I told her I didn't want to miss my bus. She insisted though, so I hopped in. Honestly, I didn't really want to go back to the village, so I just decided to follow her. Later that day, we arrived at her apartment. Wow, I couldn't believe I was there. Seriously, I didn't even know what I was doing there. She told me to calm down and go with the flow. Honestly, I really wanted to know what she wanted from me. The way she looked at me, I felt there was something more. Then she told me she would help me get a job since my sister was delaying. That got my attention, and I felt more comfortable. But really, I'm not a child anymore. I know what's best for me and what I want in my life. I convinced myself, even with Olivia's help, that I'm a man and should learn to make decisions for myself. The next day, I was in the bathroom when Olivia came into my room looking for me. I came out without a shirt, and she quickly turned her back so she wouldn't see me shirtless. Wow, surprising. I asked her what she came to see me for, and she handed me a sheet of paper. She told me to get ready by 10 for a job interview since she had set everything up for me to just resume work. I was so surprised and excited at the same time. Just in 2 days, she already got me a job, while my sister, who promised to get me one, is taking forever. I was thrilled and expressed my gratitude. Then I noticed how uncomfortable Olivia seemed. Wait, is my body really having that much of an effect on her? She just walked away, leaving me alone, but I was still filled with joy. She's really an amazing soul, I said to myself. The following day, I was sitting on the couch in the living room when a lady walked in majestically. She asked me who I was. I replied that I should be asking her the same question because since I moved into Olivia's house, I had never met her. She then introduced herself as Sandra, Olivia's friend. She mentioned that Olivia never keeps male friends. Honestly, how was I supposed to know that? She was really getting on my nerves, asking so many questions. I just introduced myself, and then she went to make herself comfortable. A few minutes later, Olivia returned home from work. Sandra, who was clearly upset with Olivia, asked to speak with her immediately, leaving me alone. The next day, Olivia and I were in the living room when she told me that my sister had come to her apartment looking very worried about my whereabouts. Olivia didn't know where to start. She couldn't tell Matilda the truth because she's hot-headed and might not handle it well. Olivia advised me to call my sister and at least say something to calm her down. Hearing my voice would probably reassure her that I was fine. So I decided to give my sister a call. When I called her, I could tell she was happy to hear my voice, but as usual with seniors, she wouldn't admit it. She raised her voice over the phone, scolding me for keeping everyone worried and not informing anyone of my whereabouts, since I hadn't returned to the village. I tried to calm her down, explaining that I was safe and fine, and that I was staying with a friend because I couldn't go back to the village without securing a job. She admonished me to be more careful next time and not to forget to inform her if there's anything she should know. Then we ended the call. The next morning, I stepped outside to get something, and while returning home, I didn't realize that Matilda had seen me and was trailing me to find out where I had been all this time. That same night, I heard noises outside and went out to see what was going on. To my surprise, I saw my sister, Matilda, causing a scene with Olivia. She asked me what I was doing with Olivia. I told her that I'm no longer a child and can make my own choices, but she was furious and told me to get my luggage so we could leave. I couldn't do anything but obey, so I got my luggage and we left. Later that day, when we both got to the house, I was really upset. Honestly, she needs to stop treating me like a child. But she was even more upset with me. She asked if I truly knew who Olivia was or the kind of life she lives. I told her that Olivia lives the same life she does. There's no difference. Just like they say, birds of the same feather flock together, I said to her. Immediately, she landed a very hot slap on my cheek, leaving me speechless. That really pissed me off. She believed I had been sexually involved with Olivia, but I told her I hadn't. I explained that Olivia has been very kind to me. She took me in and got me a good job in 2 weeks, something that was taking my sister ages to do. I told her that if I wanted to do anything, she wouldn't have been able to stop me. I said this unapologetically, leaving her speechless, and then I walked away. The following day, I was in my room when Olivia called me. I picked up and she told me she was just checking on me and that she missed me, which left me surprised. I just ended the call. Later that day, I went to Olivia's apartment. She was so surprised to see me because she knew Matilda wouldn't like it at all. But I told her to calm down, explaining that I'm no longer a kid and can be wherever I want, whenever I want. Still, she insisted that I shouldn't have come to see her, and that since Matilda is in charge of my welfare, I should understand her concerns. But I also needed Olivia to understand my feelings for her. She was really shocked when I told her that I love her. Yes, guys, I do. Spending time with someone of the opposite sex who loves and cares for you effortlessly can naturally lead to developing feelings. I had only been in her apartment for a week, and she had already gotten me a job without asking for anything in return. She even refused to hang out with Matilda when she called them, which shows she has really changed. Yes, Olivia confessed to me that she and my sister had done things together in the past, including a threesome. It sounded so embarrassing and irritating, but I didn't let it get to me. It's all in her past, and I encouraged her to leave it there. That same day, when I got home, Matilda quickly stood up and asked me where I was coming from. I told her that I had gone to see Olivia. She immediately slapped me hard on the cheek. Seriously, I know she's my sister, but I think she's crossing the line. She really needs to stop treating me like a child and start trusting me. The following day, I was in the living room when Matilda came back from work looking upset. She started pouring her frustrations on me, saying that it was because of me that Olivia came to her office and destroyed a lot of things. Apparently, Matilda had started the fight by hitting Olivia with a baton in her house. Like, seriously, I don't even know what's going on anymore. Why would two grown adults be fighting so stupidly? Then she began putting it in my face that I'm still a kid to her and that she's been the one taking care of me. Well, since she refuses to see me as an adult, I told her I now have a job and can take care of myself. I told her I would leave her house so she wouldn't have to worry about me anymore. I went inside, packed my luggage, and she told me if I left, I should never step foot in her house again. Well, that's your business, I said as I hurriedly left. That same day, I went to Olivia's apartment to spend some time with her. She was surprised to see me and a bit scared because of my sister not wanting me around her, but I assured her not to worry about anything. We hugged, and everything felt right. The next day, I got a call from Sandra saying that Matilda was in the hospital. What? I quickly rushed there, and by the time I arrived, she had already been discharged. We all went back to her apartment, but she was still upset with Olivia. She asked both of us to leave, but I insisted on staying with her until she got better. She angrily went to her room. Later that day, Matilda called for a meeting. We all gathered around the dining table as she began telling Olivia that she would never allow her to have a relationship with me, her kid brother. I just smiled. This woman was really joking. I asked her, "Are you sure you want to have this conversation?" I mean, guys, Olivia is her best friend, so why can't she be my friend too? Besides that, I've grown so fond of Olivia and have come to love her so much that I can't see myself living without her by my side. But Matilda, just because she's my older sister, wants to run my life, forgetting that I'm 22 years old and now an adult. Even our mother doesn't have the right to choose for me, so why should she? And then, guys, I got the biggest shock of my life. Matilda told me that she isn't my sister but my mother, leaving me speechless and confused, just like everyone else present. To be sure, I asked again, "What did you say?" She then began her story, saying she was taken advantage of and assaulted. Everyone advised her to get rid of the baby, but she refused and decided to keep me. After giving birth to me, she had to leave me with her mother so she could focus on school and avoid the stigma of being a mother at 15. That didn't mean she loved me any less. Hearing this, I didn't know what to say or do anymore. I couldn't get angry or show any emotion. I was just there. Now I see why she was always so concerned about my life, even more than our mother, who is now my grandmother. The next day, I met Matilda, my mother, in the living room. Honestly, it's hard to adjust to this reality, but I'm doing my best. All my life, I had seen her as my sister until she told me she is my mother. I know she had every right to get rid of me, but she decided to keep me and loves me just as I love her. I've put myself in her shoes and understand how it was for her back then. My greatest joy is that she didn't abandon me, but worked hard, not held back by her past, and became successful just for me, to give me the life I deserve. She is truly a genius. A special shout out to all single mothers out there. Don't give up now. Keep doing your best. I believe God is making things easier and better for you, putting everlasting happiness in your hearts. Back to my story, I have decided to do anything she wants from me, just in the little ways I can to become better for her. The following day, I went to Olivia's apartment, and she told me she once had a child, but unfortunately, it was a stillbirth. Honestly, guys, I have come to love Olivia so much. I have never felt this way before. We both expressed our emotions to each other, but there was nothing we could do. I need to make my mom happy, and to do that, I have to make a very difficult sacrifice by giving up the woman I love, Olivia. We hugged each other, and I immediately kissed her for the last time. Perhaps we aren't meant to be together, but she will forever remain in my heart. So guys, what did you learn from my story? Share your thoughts in the comments section. As for me, I'll leave you with this. No matter the mistakes you made in your past, don't hold on to them. Move on with your future and make the best out of it. Holding on to your past limits you and your potential, but moving forward breaks those limits and keeps you at an advantage. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe to this channel for more interesting and up-to-date Nigerian movie updates. See you next time.